touchdowns, and he's not done. No yards call on that previous return. 1st and 10 Cats. The BC 47. Here's the rush. Burris again over the middle. There's a rare blemish from C.J. Gable. Couldn't bring that one in.
Looked like that ball was just thrown a little bit behind him. Hot read from Burris, get the ball out quickly to his running back on that quick seam. Gable just unable to come up with the football.
Well, initiating Gable this week in this offense the way they have. He only had 9 carries last week. Still, the Cats made it close, made it interesting, losing by 3. Right now, they are running roughshod on the Lions. Burris hangs in and then, again, fires a bullet up near the 35-yard line. Ellingson again. Greg Ellingson and Andy Fantuz are almost bookends. 82 and 83 out there. Very similar styles, and both are good in the clutch.
They do a nice job with the combination of routes here, getting that flat route out of Tavoy Moore. That opens things up on the inside. Moore pulls defenders out with them, opens up a whole window on the inside for Ellingson on that hook.
1st and 10. Again, the rush. Corey Banks coming, but on a crossing pattern underneath, and Ellingson does a great job on the straight arm on Ryan Phillips, dusting him. Only picked up about 3 yards, but hard earned for Greg Ellingson.
Ellingson lines up as the number 2 receiver as they go trips or 3 receivers into the boundary. He's just going to drag across the field. Typical crossing routes, try and lose some people in a little bit of traffic. There you see the rub from Bakari Grant. As Ellingson makes his 5th reception of the day. 62 yards. There you see the architect of this offense, Tommy Condell.
Shotgun with Tavoy Moore, but he goes over the top and unable to run under it this time is C.J. Gable. That was almost sprung for 6. Touch pass from Henry Burris. Just a little too much.
But it's just so unique the way the Hamilton Tiger Cats use C.J. Gable in their passing game. You typically or traditionally expect to see running backs run things like little check down routes, flats, rub type routes underneath, circle routes. But C.J. Gable, they'll treat him like a slot, send him on seams and so on. If he gets a mismatch with a linebacker trying to cover a man, he becomes a deep threat.
Luka Kanji from the 39. Kick is up and it is good. Extends the lead 34-8. I'm not sure anyone saw this coming. You know that adjustments are generally made, and sometimes the team that got beat the week before rallies, but not like we're seeing today. This has been a dominant performance offensively and defensively. Best of the season from the Ticats. Well, the 2013 U.S. Open presented by Pinty's continues tomorrow from Flushing. Rematch of Williams and Azarenka. 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific on TSN. You getting hungry there, 40? You're not a dessert guy, though. I know that. But I'll tell you what, those look good. Yeah, there's a little fruit there. You're looking for meat. You're looking for meat. Find some meat for Dwayne. Travis Lulay, his offense struggling mightily. Just 8 points on the board. They have yet to score a touchdown. Traded field goals for touchdowns. Touchdowns for field goals, and even a miss in red zone time. Not used to seeing that. Tim Brown trying to provide a spark.
Oh, one of the leaders for the Hamilton Tiger Cats today defensively has been Simone Lawrence, the former Edmonton Eskimo. Guy who was just caught in a numbers situation in Edmonton, a team that was deep at linebacker. The Hamilton Tiger Cats saw something they liked. The trade is paying off for them, for both Lawrence and the Cats.
So many new faces in this Hamilton defense, really. Jamal Johnson, the last guy standing in so many ways. Andrew Harris, who is really stifled today. So too the rest of that Lions O.
Right now, this is the man winning that chess match, Orlando Steinauer, defensive coordinator of the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Second and 6. Lule took a lot of shots early in this game and set the tone. Here they come again. They load the box. Lule quickly fires. Sean Gore trying to cut back. And surrounded by Red. He's going to be short by a couple of yards of another first down. Lule looks to the sideline. It's 3rd and 2. McCallum, though, is walking onto the field, and no sense digging yourself an even bigger hole here. There's still plenty of time left.
And this time the Cats mix it up a little bit. Simone Lawrence lines up in the line. He drops. Jamal Johnson starts at depth. He goes on the blitz. Lions doing a pretty good job picking things up here in the second half, but still just unable to get things going offensively in terms of actually making plays.
Moore, Jason Araki drops him at the 30, 44-yard kick. Long way back for the Lions, but still lots of time left here in Guelph. Time to check in with our Purolator sack tally, brought to you by Purolator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check 3 sacks in this ball game today.
Yeah, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, a couple of near misses as well, and for a team that, as you can see, bringing up the rear in the Canadian Football League in that sack race, they've shown a terrific pressure package here today. Maybe something they can build on going forward. Saw
that dig coming up. Regina, get ready to add to the food drive. Here comes the rush again. Burris, good blocking, and in and out of the gloves of Andy Fantuz, watched by Cord Parks.
The throw that got away from Henry Burris as he had Fantuz coming back to him on that hook route.
Not too many misses for Henry Burris nor Andy Fantuz today. Hooked up a couple of times.
Fantuz over 100 yards for the second time this season.
Shotgun. Burris with Gable. And a wobbly one, and Fantuz. J.R. LaRose coming forward, making that play. So victory for the BC Lions defense, needing to pick it up here.
Well, you want to be cautious throwing the football, particularly on that wide side of the field against the BC Lions. You think number 1 and number 2 on that active career interceptions list. Corey Banks at 37, Ryan Phillips at 36.
Hey, Louis, beat his ass, please.
Both lingering on that side, hoping to make a big play and turn the tide in this ball game.
Let's go, Louis. You got
Lions look they want to come and try to block this. Here they come. Bartel unloads. Brown back to his 30. Quickly downfield are the Cats. Question mark today is surrounding their offense, but also Andrew Harris. Only a couple touches. First 5 games.
Well, you see both the opportunity and the production from Andrew Harris. 80 yards a game, 13 carries of 10+ yards. Things have dried up for the outstanding Canadian back.
A guy who was mentioned in the same breath the last few years and always is when John Cornish's name comes up. Lions will probably abandon that running game now, though they are so far behind. Pump fake. Lule's in trouble again. Has to scramble, and it takes a jolt as he goes out of bounds, and Simone Lawrence again. A lot of punishment for 4 yards.
Well, Lawrence has been all over the field here today. Again, the Lions get things blocked up, but the Cats do a nice job covering it up down the field. Eric Norman Norwood in on that play as well. Guy who seems to have staked his claim to one of those defensive end spots.
2nd and 6. Crowd at Guelph raises the decibel level. Lule has to spin. Now he tries to go, and he is pancaked. And only picked up maybe a yard. Sam Scott got to Travis Lule amongst others. And a day of frustration for the Lions quarterback continues.
Anybody who's watched the BC Lions play over the last couple of years knows that Travis Lule is absolutely fearless. But if you're a Lions fan, you got to be holding your breath a little bit at this point with the number of hits that he's taken over the course of this football game.
This is a game that has completely gone against the numbers. When you look at what the Lions have been able to do offensively all season, the only number that is staying true is what Hamilton has done offensively. BC just not able to bring it here. Still 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. In dire need of a spark. Or turnover. Tavoy Moore. Awkward catch. Back and forth, a couple of zigzags. So the offense comes out on the field, which includes, by the way, Dwayne Ford, I always thought you were the smartest man in Canada.
No, I'm second.
Yeah, okay. Everybody's tied for second. Pete Diakowski, however, is. This was a couple of years ago when Diakowski, the O-lineman for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, was named Canada's smartest person.
But he just might be in that television competition. He did emerge as the winner. He still likes to laud that over his teammates a little bit around the room.
Oh, he is a smart guy. He is a clever guy, and he's quick with the quip. Play action again. Ellingson trying to burst outside. He's got room. Greg Ellingson, another big play. Pete Diakowski was out there helping and probably doing a little talking as well.
It's not just trash talk. I'm very focused on, when we were playing last week, that we're going to be playing them again this week. So I'm planting seeds in their minds with what I'm saying last week that I know is going to grow into, self-doubt and questions about, themselves and their team.
Well, what would you expect from a smart guy? Oh, look at Gable again. No way. C.J. Gable fumbled the football. A little too much that time. Dante Marsh has it. Well, the Gable show was looking good there on artistic impression and then coughed it up in a big turnover. And this is exactly what we talked about. This spark could ignite a fire.
Well, you've got a combination of things. A BC Lions team, and we mentioned the #1 and #2 guy in that career interception race. Dante Marsh is up in that mix as well. You've got some guys with a nose for the football who can make some plays. Marsh, the man who comes up with this one after a hit by J.R. LaRose, the free safety. And it still remains, so we haven't seen a lot of it today. The BC Lions are still a team with the potential to make a big play at any time, Rod.
They have not had that big play in their arsenal. Inside 3 minutes now, 3rd quarter. Maybe now. Far sideline, and it's Andrew Harris. Speak of Andrew Harris, and now 1st down.
Yeah, the running game's not going well, but there are lots of ways to put the ball into the hands of number 33. There you see the quick flat route. But you can get Harris involved in the screen game as well when you've got that defense with their ears pinned back as they have been for much of this ball game. Move him out as a receiver and see what kind of matchup you may get.
Brock Chapdelaine trying to move his chess pieces. Just needing a score. Have not been able to find the end zone. Lule spinning out of trouble. Simone Lawrence pursues. Lule now down the sideline, lunges forward, and that says everything about Travis Lule and that effort right there. Squirming, inching, doing anything he can to get to that yardstick.
Well, And the Hamilton defense is keying right here on Andrew Harris. Harris is going to swing out of that backfield out to the right. You're going to see the flow of that defense. Everybody's heading that way. That may be an opportunity if the Lions can find something off of that look. Maybe a bootleg to the other side, slip someone else out on an out route or a corner type route that Lule can hit while rolling that way. The opportunity could be there.
Last minute substitution here. Torrey Davis just got onto the line, puts his mouthpiece in. Now Lule, second down. Harris, first down. Quiets this crowd. Just over a minute to go, third quarter.
Oh, as we saw back on Monday, a lot can happen in a quarter.
Anything is possible. No lead is safe. And the BC Lions have conquered enough adversity in the last couple of seasons. 0-5 start, remember? 2 years ago, ended up winning the Grey Cup. Down 26. That might be a tall order for some teams. Shovel. Not the Lions. Andrew Harris helmet to helmet down there with Jamal Johnson. Simone Lawrence in on another tackle. Simone Lawrence is having a J.C. Sherritt type of day.
J.C. Sherritt, part of the reason Simone Lawrence is here. Obviously tough to find playing time in that linebacking core of the Edmonton Eskimos.
And on almost every tackle, every play is Simone Lawrence. Another key second down. They pounded the ground with Harris last time. He's in motion this time. Final play, barring penalty of this third quarter. Lule again, crossing pattern. Nick Moore, and another first down. So the teams will change sides here, and the Lions will continue this drive. They're inside the red zone, but today that has been the dead zone for the Lions. No touchdowns. They need a lot in a hurry. Down 34-8. The CFL on TSN heads to the fourth. Headline surprising. Not that Hamilton's leading by, but this margin, 34-8. 15 minutes to go. BC Lions sense of urgency has to take order here.
Well, it sure does. And coming out after halftime, you saw the number at the bottom of that stat screen. The passing yards in that third quarter. Hamilton taking off 125 more yards through the air in that quarter. BC just 39 as they're still trying to get this thing on track.
Red zone inside the 20-yard line. Usually good for the Lions. Hey, they were inside the 10 a number of times, and the Cats roared.
A big day for Orlando Steinauer and his crew. Best they've looked all season here in week 11.
But do not count out one of the powerhouses in the Canadian Football League, the BC Lions. They've been very pedestrian so far here, but can strike quickly. Lule to Moore, and in and out of his hands, and a penalty flag. This is likely interference. This will move it close to the goal line. They'll go first and goal.
Yeah, we'll take another look, but initial appearances are that's a good call as Evan McCullough wrapped him up before the ball arrived.
Pass interference. Hamilton, number 2, in goal. First down BC on the 1-yard line.
You see Moore gets a pretty good release off the line. But McCullough had the hand in, that right hand coming over.
Good call again. Orlando Steinauer not happy seeing that nylon.
Well, you know, long-time CFL DB, he doesn't think anything's pass interference.
So here go the Lions. Thomas DeMarco behind center, short yardage, hands it off to Gore, touchdown, penalty flag.
You would anticipate by the location of the flag and the situation that it's probably going to be that defense lining up offside.
Hamilton struggled to get their
Offside.
defense on the field
Hamilton,
again.
Number 23. That penalty is declined. Touchdown scored on the
Again,
play.
last-minute substitutions. Regardless, penalty interference call. And down to the goal line. DeMarco hands to Gore. And the first time today the BC Lions have found that checkered end zone. Don't go anywhere.
You don't want to give this team life.
Callum, who's never missed a point after. 34-15 the score now. Still a mountain to climb. But the Lions are capable. Gore with the score. The CFL on TSN is brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. Fumble by CJ Gable. Leads to a drive. Penalty interference call. Sean Gore caps it off. $19-point deficit now for the Lions, who probably never thought they'd be in a hole like this, but are. Savoy Moore